Hey gang, AV here. Welcome to my review of the Star Wars Vintage Collection Princess Leia Organa in Boushh disguise, or Boushh. I always said Boushh when I was a kid, so I don't know if it's supposed to be Boushh or Boushh. We're gonna go with Boushh. But anyway, there she is in the packaging. As you can see, she is a blister carded figure on a very nostalgic card, very reminiscent to the way they looked back when Return of the Jedi was released. Here is the back of the card, which has a couple other figures that were available in the same wave, as well as a whole bunch of legal stuff in just about every language known to man. So anyhow, let us remove her from this card and see how cool the figure actually is. Come in there. So I take as little of the paper as possible. There we go. Right off the bat, she comes with this paper insert, which is actually larger than previous figures I've opened. It basically says warning, small parts, and copyright Hasbro in, again, every language known to man. We don't need that anymore. Let's pop all the accessories out and have a look at everything that she comes with. Here we are. Toss this off to the side. And first and foremost, we're going to have a look at her staff, or lance, or whatever this is. Nice molded detail on there. Not sure if it's just the plastic or if they actually gave it like a metallic sheen, but it definitely does have like a sheen effect. It does reflect the light pretty well. Comes to a pretty decent point too for a Star Wars accessory. Not too bad. She has her backpack, oxygen tank thingy. Small peg there. There is something written there. I'm not sure. I can't make it out. Maybe you guys can. Hopefully that's in focus. Another little emblem there. So pretty cool painted detail. That's not too bad. And she does have a peg hole on her back for that. Plug that in. And last but not least, we do have the helmet, which has some decent painted details, including the visor, which is nice. Tiny bit of, is that weathering effect on the back there? A little bit. Pretty cool. And here is the figure herself. There is a cloth goods cape, which I am a fan of. Not too bad. Decent sculpt on the face, too. Do kind of like that. Whoops. Decent looking figure all around, honestly. Alright, let's go over her articulation. Head is on a ball joint, with a hinge as well on the neck, so very good range of motion there. So you can look down quite a ways, up. Nothing real side to side really, but she can do a full 360. Arms can go down to her sides about that far. I mean, they do come out a little bit. Full 360 at the arms. Then go up about this high. There's nothing at the bicep. Elbows can flatten out, even hyperextend a little bit. Bend, we'll call that about 70 degrees. She is holding a small thermal detonator in her left hand. So it does rotate, but there is no hinge. And obviously she can't hold anything else besides the thermal detonator. in that hand. But it's still cool that they included it. So, this hand, however, she can grasp her lance, I assume. It's a very tiny hands, very tiny. Okay, she can hold it, but man, that's a small hand. That's not very confident with that hand, frankly. She does have a waist swivel. You could do 360 if you don't mind the belt coming with her. No real crunch or anything there. Legs are hindered by her skirt, but they can go up about this high. Back, hardly at all. No splits. Knees bend about 90 degrees. They also rotate at the knee all the way around. Ankles will point down quite a ways, up halfway decent, and rotate 360. So, I mean, a little limited on the articulation side. Her hands are really tiny to the point where holding her accessory is a little questionable. The backpack did fall out of her back as I was posing her, so keep that in mind. Let's see how well the mask fits. It's a little snug getting over her hair, so you may do some paint rub on there if you're not careful. But all in all, not too bad. Decent looking figure, frankly. Let's stand her up and we'll do some size comparison. That's kind of far away. Let's come in a little closer. Alright, let's see here. Here she is next to a vintage G.I. Joe figure who's actually noticeably taller than her, which is not something I say often on this channel. Here she is next to another vintage collection figure, Luke Skywalker. Just for size comparison there, she actually makes him look a little tall. And if you watch my other videos, you know how short he is. Here she is next to a modern G.I. Joe figure, Dollar General Cobra Trooper. Noticeably smaller than him. Boss Fight Studio Blank. Noticeably smaller than him. Marvel Universe Captain America. And just for shits and giggles, here she is next to Master Chief. So, she is probably the smallest 1/18 scale figure, like human 9/18 scale figure that I've reviewed, except for maybe Tyrion Lannister. Obviously, he's going to be a little bit shorter. But anyway, very short Princess Leia here. Very cool looking, a little limited on the articulation. Her accessories are exactly what you would expect for this particular figure. I think they did a decent job with that. I like the soft goods cape. I think her hands are a little too small. But I do like the face sculpt and the paint on the face and everything. So she's not too bad. I mean, I wouldn't pay an arm and a leg, but I don't think she's too bad. Mostly I got her just for display with Jabba's palace, for obvious reasons. So all in all, decent figure, about what you would expect. Could have been better, but could be worse too. This has been AV. This has been my review of the Boushh disguised Princess Leia from, or Boushh, whatever, from the Star Wars Vintage line. If you like this video, check out my channel. I do review a lot of different 1/18 scale toys on my channel. Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Boss Fight Studio, you name it. If you like what you see there, then please subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.